What's up, everybody? It's time for a new season of Warzone. Some big weapon changes coming, some POI changes coming, but let's go ahead and jump into the Season 3 patch notes. As usual, I'll skip through the less important stuff. I'll have it linked down below as usual. You got your playlist updates. We are getting no more Rebirth Iron Trials, it looks like, but we are getting Iron Trials on Caldera. We're getting quads this week, quads next week. And then whatever Operation Monarch is the following 2 weeks, also being played in quads. Rebirth is just going to be solos, duos, trios every week, and then 2 different weeks we have Blood Money. Events, Operation Monarch, just announcing it for the millionth time that it's coming May 11th at 9 a.m. Pacific. Caldera Iron Trials is back. It looks like it's pretty much the same as Iron Trials has always been. These sniper single shots only down players up to a maximum of 90 meters. Ranges vary considerably between sniper rifles, but everything else looks pretty much the same. Plunder increased carrying limit. You can carry more than 1.6 million now, I guess. Rebirth Resurgence adjustments. Players no longer spawn with the Diamati. New Gulag, new POIs, we went over that. I will have the video from yesterday linked down below, as well as the POI article, and I'll go ahead and put the roadmap and the roadmap video linked down below as well, if you want more information on that. General private matches, they added Rebirth Solos, Rebirth Iron Trials, and added support for new Rebirth Island features. Now XP tokens can be activated in-game. I think that's kind of a big deal. I like that they did that. Sabotage contract, went over that yesterday as well, so please check out yesterday's video. High value loot zones in season. These zones are represented on the TAC map by a very appropriate $ and will provide the best looting opportunities. These zones will be complemented by Rebirth supply boxes that will provide recurring loot opportunities. With Season 1, we introduced public events like cash drops during infill to draw players towards new loot locations. We have been happy with the results of these honeypot opportunities, but we want to take it a step further. Starting with Operation Monarch, we will be introducing high-value loot zones to provide new, fruitful opportunities for players willing to take the risk. Sounds like they spent money developing areas of the map that people aren't really going to, and they're trying to make people go to those areas. Gas mask will no longer interrupt a falling player, so you can still pull your chute. And it won't play animation when the player is ADS'd and affected by gas from nebula rounds. The gas mask remains a continued focus for our quality of life efforts. It plays an important role both in gameplay and visceral Call of Duty feeling, but we felt that we had seen one too many videos of players jumping from high heights into the gas, and the game incorrectly prioritizing the gas mask animation over the parachute, and we all know how that scenario ends, especially Stone Mountain and Tim the Tap Man. Most Wanted contract. Now the timer is reduced by eliminating opponents and by opening supply boxes. We want this to be a contract that both promotes and rewards aggressive player. Players can no longer use the TAC map to ping an enemy most wanted target directly. We felt this method was unfairly punishing and provided too great of a degree of accuracy that was almost impossible to be countered by the target. The refresh rate of the most wanted target on the TAC map has been increased to counterbalance the removal of the above ping. So essentially, you can't ping it on the map, but it should track their movements more. This brings balance and still allows tracking of the approximate location of the target. We reviewed the data for the Most Wanted contract, and we feel that improvements need to be made to increase its engagement and success rate while still retaining all the important risk reward that it offers. Bounty contract speed increases to the TAC map refresh rate, so that's good. So the yellow circle, as the player moves, will move more often on your TAC map. Deployable buy stations. When a player pings a deployable buy station, there will now be a dedicated audio narration to better inform squad mates of the player's intentions. Redeploy positioning improvements. Players who redeploy via Gulag victory or bought back will now spawn in close proximity to their squad or loadout. Caldera adjustments. The loot perks we went over in yesterday's video as well. Let's see. We want to further increase the value and rewards of looting during the mid game. It is important for both pacing and movement in Battle Royale that there are always new rewards to be found for players who rotate through locations for greater loot advantages. And our first step on this path is to bring single perks into loot. From our internal testing, this change has brought a wealth of new player stories, and we will continue to roll out additional perks in this manner as we review feedback and data on how it improves the pacing and experience of Battle Royale. These lootable perks will first launch in Caldera and then to Rebirth at a later date. Rebirth adjustments. Spawn protection. Remove the damage reduction scaling system that was based on ground distance. System is disabled for players near the ground or an opponent. This is good. We'll see what the distance is like. They say here that they wanted some extra refinement to make sure it cannot be exploited by players. So that means that they don't want it so you can start beaming somebody before they can really do damage to you. Players who have the shield icon will only take a flat 25% of damage received. Spawn protection will no longer reduce gas circle damage. We'll see how that plays out. I just think I think the spawn damage should go both ways, where if you have spawn protection, we should also be just protected. You should do the same amount of damage where you're landing in. Let's see. Reduce the weapon trade adjustment stations. Reduce specialist token drop rate. And the station will now look for an empty space to drop your rewards. We found it a bit annoying to pick up loot after you traded your weapon, so we polished this moment. The system will now always look for an empty space when dropping your rewards. Later this season, footstep audio improvements. We'll see. Let's see. And slide camera lock improvement. We'll see. They've fixed that like 4 times, and it doesn't fix. Buy stations no longer require confirmation when making a purchase. I love that. So you can just pick what you're buying, and then you're done. Bug fixes. Issue causing incorrect ping positioning on tac map near redeploy balloons. We'll see. Let's see. AA turrets. An issue prevented carryable gasoline from picked up when dead silence is active. Fix an issue that allowed players to glitch carryable gasoline up ladders. Fix an issue preventing skyhook balloons from receiving damage from certain explosives. Fix an issue that allowed players to have unlimited gas immunity when entering the area of effect of a PDS as it ends. Fix an issue that caused vehicles to receive less damage than intended. Fix an issue caused players to be kicked back to main menu when attempting to preview Vanguard charms. Fix an issue caused by station UI selections. Fix an issue that caused armor wearer to have the same code name as another weapon. Fix an issue that caused helicopters flying near capital to be pulled towards the ground. Fix an issue that caused Fender Unchained Finisher to not be available. Fix an issue causing blueprint-specific attachments for the Purgatory Lost blueprint to not be available. Fix an issue that caused Mod 3 10x telescope optic on the M1 Grand to appear blacked out when a player would ADS. Fix an issue that caused the player's view to be obstructed when using Park's pedal pusher operator skin. Fix an issue that allowed players to clip into stairs in a certain area of the map. Fix an issue that resulted in armor wearer's body DA stock not receiving a bonus to flinch like intended. Known issues. Private matches are temporarily disabled due to stability issues. For a list of other Warzone issues, check out Trello. New weapons. We're getting a marksman rifle and an AR. I should have both of those leveled up by the end of the day. Hopefully have my AR video probably tomorrow. And I'll probably do the marksman rifle second, despite it coming first in the battle pass, just because people won't be as interested in that. New unlock challenges for last season's KJM40 and Whitley. And then here's what we were looking for. We have weapon adjustments. I pulled up on another screen the code names just so I can be sure. Alpha is the STG. And so now the 30 Russian short 45 round mags got a damage range decrease to 10% down from 20%. So it got a range nerf and got a recoil buff. The 7.62 rounds, damage range penalty removed and bullet velocity penalty removed from this 7.62 50 rounds for the STG. The precision the precision barrel bullet velocity is now buffed, as well as damage range. The VDD 320 velocity and range buffed, and horizontal recoil control penalty buffed. Initial firing recoil penalty buffed as well. VDD 760 damage range and bullet velocity buffed. Could make the STG better. I still think it doesn't kill fast enough and enough bullets no matter what ammo you use. Assault rifle Bravo is the automaton. The capacity was increased on the 303 British rounds, the 6.5 Sakura round, not the 75 or 72 round, but the 28 or the 24. The 8mm rounds, and then the 38 round drum mags was increased to 42. The Volk, a gun that people don't really use. The 7.62 rounds, both the 30 and the 40, the range and velocity penalties were removed. The Krausnik barrel, the velocity was buffed. The Rise Door 407mm custom barrel, the velocity and the range was buffed. And the VDD 287mm barrel, the velocity was buffed. The horizontal recoil control and the vertical recoil control penalties were buffed as well. The Vargo, the recoil control was nerfed on all of the barrels. The Task Force, being the main one, got a 3% nerf on horizontal and vertical recoil control. I don't think that's really going to matter too much. The gun will be a little harder to use, but it'll still be in the meta because the time to kill didn't change. And the XM4 minimum damage decreased down to 26, down from 27. That's pretty significant when you start to consider multipliers in different areas, and the maximum damage range was increased. I think it's kind of a plus-minus situation. I don't think it'll be as good, but it'll still be a good weapon to use. Top break, mid-max, and mid-damage were all buffed. Handgun Charlie for Cold War. I believe that is the Diamati. Let's see. I went past it. That is the Diamati. The head damage multiplier is decreased to 1.49. It has been a truly dominant secondary weapon due to its substantial headshot multiplier. It's able to achieve primary weapon TTKs with little downside. We'll be closely monitoring this weapon's performance and make further adjustments if necessary. Light Machine Gun Charlie from Vanguard is the Brent. I think the Brent is finally getting a nerf that it deserves. Yep, it looks... Wait, it does not list it, but yeah, I know that's Charlie. I don't know why I have to second guess that. The recoil control on the 40-round mags was nerfed. The damage overall was nerfed, so maybe we'll stop being so dominant. The 7.75 Scepter barrel, the recoil control, both vertical and horizontal, were nerfed. The 7.5mm horizontal recoil control was nerfed, and tight grip recoil control was nerfed. Light Machine Gun Charlie's overstayed its welcome as the go-to long-range choice. Its high damage profile paired with the ability to load it out to remove most recoil made for a nasty combination. By addressing some of the major outliers of this weapon, we are left with a strong choice for those that can control recoil effectively. Go to the DP. If you like the Brent, just go to the DP. Whitley, minimum damage increased to 31, up from 30. The 303 British 45-round mags fire rate was increased, and the Gracie MK9 barrel, the ADS penalty was buffed as well. And then the big one, snipers. So snipers now are getting a huge nerf, kind of. The adoption of 150 health in Battle Royale resulted in a huge boon to sniper category. While all other weapons require an additional shot or two, snipers remained as they previously did. The long-standing one-shot rule unfortunately eluded the sniper class into one important metric, speed to click heads. As mentioned above, snipers may now use damage ranges as a defining characteristic of their one-shot potential. This not only brings more identity to each weapon, but means attachments that provide the lighter and quicker sniper rifles the damage range stat will increase their ability to one-shot at increased distances. Our ultimate goal is to enable a wider range of viable playstyles and really push the potential of each weapon. Keep an eye out as we expect further adjustments to sniper rifles as we hone in on the best all-around experience. The following weapons will only one-shot to the head while only inside their maximum damage range. Marksman Rifle Charlie, so the car, the SPR, the Pellington, the Swiss, the Type 99, and the Vanguard car. So that's kind of good, kind of bad. If you play Rebirth, I don't think this is going to matter as much. And if you're an up-close quick-scoper, this won't really matter as much anyways. And for now, I would say continue on as you were. If you play Caldera mostly and you're more of a long-range sniper, this is a huge deal. I'm going to probably make a video on this, but I would recommend the ZRG. Just gives you the best movement speed and like the best ADS, I think, and either the first or the second highest bullet velocity. So if you're a range sniper, you're not a quick scoper just trying to click on heads, go to the ZRG. Otherwise, keep doing what you're doing. I don't know what their damage ranges are. I'll do some of that research when I go to make a video on it. Probably come Saturday or Sunday, Monday at the latest. But on Rebirth, I don't think it's really going to matter. The following weapons have one shot at any range. HDR, Sniper Rifle Charlie for Modern Warfare, which is, just in case you want to use it, is the AX50. I think you're going to see a lot of AX50. So either go AX50 or ZRG. AX50 doesn't have even the bullet velocity, I don't think, of the car or the SPR, but it will one-shot headshot. The 3-line rifle and the Grenko. Following weapons do not have one-shot headshot potential. The Rytec AMR, the Dragunov, and Sniper Rifle Charlie is the M82 on Cold War. I think the M82 should have one-shot headshot potential. Let's see. Please see drastically for the list of full changes to snipers, and keep in mind that the attachments that provide range bonuses can drastically change the base weapon's max range. So, Modern Warfare car can one-shot to the head at Sniper Rifle Charlie. That is the AX50, can one-shot at any range. Maximum damage range increased. Head damage multiplier increased. Sniper Rifle Alpha from Modern Warfare, that is the Dragunov, cannot one-shot. Maximum damage range decrease, minimum damage... No one cares. I'm not even going to keep reading that. HGR, maximum damage range decreased. Headshot damage multiplier increased. Can one headshot. Marksman Rifle Charlie, maximum damage range decreased to 1425. I don't know if that's feet. I mean, if that's feet, that's still like 800 meters, so that can't be feet. I'm not quite sure what those units are, but it did get a damage range decrease. Head damage multiplier increased, mid damage increased, and max damage increased. SPR can headshot one shot within its damage range. Its damage range was actually increased, so the SPR might be the move. Definitely going to do some more in-depth analysis of this. Head damage multiplier increased, max damage increased. Swiss, max damage range increased. It's now farther than the car, giving it another advantage. Head damage multiplier increased. Max head damage increased. ZRG range increased. It can one-shot at any range. Head damage multiplier increased. Sniper Rifle Charlie, which is the AX... Oh, no, that is on Cold War again. It's the M82. Range, no one cares. Pellington, max damage range decreased. Head damage multiplier increased, mid damage decreased, and max damage increased. The Tundra can one-shot headshot within its max damage range, and its damage range was decreased a lot. Head damage multiplier increased, max damage increased. No one cares about the Rytec. Type 99, no one really cares. Vanguard car, no one really cares. 3-line, no one cares, but can one-shot at any range. And Gorenko cannot one-shot at any range. And nobody really cares. And it's armor piercing and it can't one-shot. Armawera, the 8mm 72-round mag got nerfed, and the short barrel got buffed. People aren't really using it. The TTK is not great. I don't think the mag nerf was needed. Type 100 visual recoil was decreased, and the 8mm 48-round drum got a damage multiplier and a movement speed decrease. The 8mm 48-round drums were holding too much of the Type 100's overall damage potential. We'll be monitoring the Type 100 this update and make adjustments to the base if there are any base weapon if any are required. This magazine is still very powerful with the increased rate of fire it provides, and the damage bonus still results in one less bullet to kill. The Owen gun got a big nerf, thank God. The 7.62 rounds only got a nerf, so really just switch to whatever the default ammo is in the other 72-round mag, and it's still going to be incredibly broken. The rapid barrel did get a fire rate decrease, so I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make. Once again, I'll probably talk about this more in my loadout video coming in the next 4 or 5 days, maybe a week. And then Submachine Gun Charlie for Vanguard, which is... That's the MP40, I believe. This website actually doesn't have it now. I believe that's the MP40. No, that's Alpha. Is the Tommy Gun Charlie? It says the Tommy Gun's Charlie on the website I'm looking at. Nobody really cares, but the short barrel damage was decreased, and the upper and lower torso damage multiplier decreased. Marksman Rifle M1 Grand lower limb damage increased to 0.8 from 0.7. The slight change in damage profile results in requiring one less shot to kill if all shots are limbs. Ammunition subsonic bullet velocity penalty removed. For SMGs, this could become the meta instead of lengthened or hollow point or fire rounds, because now you don't get a bullet velocity penalty, and you can use recoil booster and stay off the map. Look at subsonic and feel that a downside on its ammunition puts it out of its desirability range we'd like it to be. Muzzle's mercury silencer damage range penalty removed. MX silencer now decreases sprint to fire speed by 2%, now increases damage range by 10%. I think the silencers will still remain the same. Keep using what you're using. And then new operator in the battle pass. And then just download sizes here. But if you want to check that out, I'll have that link down below. So those are the patch notes. I know that was a lot. This is a long video, as the patch notes, especially at the beginning of the season, usually are. So thank you for watching. I appreciate any watch time. If you watched it all the way through, skip around, just come to the end, whatever. I appreciate any watch time. I appreciate any interaction. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more. Let me know down below what you think of the sniper changes, the different weapon changes, the lootable perks, whatever it is. Whatever your thoughts are on these patch notes, let me know down below. Like I said, I'll have the roadmap information linked down below, as well as the POI and gameplay change information from yesterday linked down below. As usual, I'll also have my social medias linked down below, so please feel free to check out all those, but I will see you on Caldera and Rebirth Island. Get frying, have a good day, bye.